When it comes to the Holocaust, there are different types of denial. If you look at the lunatic fringe of Holocaust denial, you get the people who will sit there and claim that the Holocaust never happened. 6 million Jews never died, although of course they'll never tell you where they might have gone instead. And even though it is really, really tragic, I don't have too much of a problem with that sort of blatantly stupid Holocaust denial, because it is blatantly stupid. It is a complete farce, and the people proposing that as a theory are clearly lunatic fringe Holocaust deniers. They can be dismissed out of hand. Then you get a slightly nastier type of Holocaust denial. The kind where people will start telling you that only 1 million Jews died. As if that would make any difference. The problem is that those people literally do trivialize the severity of this thing called the Holocaust. They make it sound, they warp the picture of what really happened into this lie, where they make it seem like the Holocaust is this sort of spiral of something that slowly went out of control, where initially the Germans didn't intend to exterminate all those Jews, but tragically things just got out of hand. And that is nonsensical. The Holocaust was a deliberately orchestrated extermination program. And I'll tell you why we can be certain that's what it was. First of all, you only need to look at Herr Hitler and his book to see what he had been planning for the Jews all along. Now, sure, there are some people who will point out that the Germans before the war had repatriation programs for Jews. For example, they wanted to ship them all off to Mauritius, or they wanted to ship them off to the States. Some people would even go as far as pointing a finger of accusation at countries like that for not taking in the Jews. Talk about completely warping the picture and trying to deflect the blame for what ultimately happened. It's just bizarre. But let's even investigate those things. Let's take them on face value and accept that that's what happened. Were the Germans trying to be nice? Were they trying to find a non-lethal solution? No, they weren't. And that's what people don't understand. Hitler wasn't going to be happy with having the Jews all shipped off to Mauritius. That was just the first stage in his plan. Later on, when he had conquered the whole world, he would revisit Mauritius and finish the job he had started. In Hitler's mind, this was pure economics. Before the war, getting the Jews shipped out of Germany would, in his mind, have been the quickest, easiest and cheapest temporary solution to the problem. The Endlösung could wait until later. But he always wanted to get rid of the Jews. And by getting rid of the Jews, he meant off the face of this planet. That's what he wanted. Always. So, to say that not all Jews got gassed as if that made any difference is to completely twist the purpose of what the Germans were doing. Those who weren't gassed were not gassed for a very simple reason, because they thought they could make use of them before they died. They wanted to work them to death, to get cheap labor out of them. Again, it was a cold, calculated, purely economical decision. It had nothing to do with an unwillingness to kill or an attempt to reduce the amount of death involved here. The purpose was set out all along: the total extermination of the Jewish race, as they called it, by whatever means would be the most economically viable in their twisted perception of reality. And to deny that is absolutely preposterous. To try and paint it as if it was anything different from what it really was is disgusting.